What's up, everybody? We're back.
What's up, guys? 24th episode.
Yeah, 24. We made it this far. It is
Nothing's
game
really
day.
happening except for Michigan State game day. So
It is
only
game
thing
day.
that's happening.
I got my Zebo jersey on.
I just have a shirt.
Yeah, we ready. I'm ready. Shit. Um,
I'm scared.
yeah, it's gonna be tough. Ole Miss is a good shooting team, so it'll be interesting to see how we defend that. In all honesty, I don't know. Let's talk about our past couple games first.
Okay.
Then we'll get into Ole Miss. Um, whooped Bryant.
Yeah,
There was never a doubt there, I don't think.
that was a waste of time.
Um, we played outstanding in that one, actually. Um, I thought we played good at least. Um,
It's 15 seed.
I listen, a
Not
win is
hard.
a win, you know?
Yes. And they did what exactly they needed to do. That's
Yeah,
it.
I'll
I'll leave
take
it at
it.
that. They did exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah. Um, New Mexico, we looked rough at that was terrible.
That was scary. Mexico was scary. At one point we were down like 10. We were horrible, like worse than usual from 3-point land. Jace did awful.
Yeah.
Thank God for
Ace only had what, 2 points, right?
I think three.
Was it three?
He had no more than five for sure. Because I thought he had like an and one put back for a layup on a missed shot, and he did it for a layup of someone.
You might be
But
right.
yeah, that game was I knew it coming into that game, it wouldn't be a cakewalk. Mexico's
Yeah.
good, Patino's good. He just got a job at Xavier. That'd be crazy. You're coaching against your dad in the same conference.
I know. That's kind of crazy. I saw that. Like, first of all, I saw Patino there. I was like, oh,
Oh
that's
yeah.
kind of cool. I didn't realize it was his son because I don't watch too much of New Mexico basketball or anything like that. But and then I was like, oh wait, that's
You
his son.
watch Lobo basketball? What's wrong with you?
I know. I'm uncultured, I guess, huh? But they had one dude's name on their team. It was Nelly Jr. Joseph. That's kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. And then they had another guy. His name's Atiki Ali Atiki.
He was kicking Aratiki.
Yeah. He only went one for one, but we're chilling. Um,
Ah, man.
but yeah, no, I mean, Jaden Akins, I've been impressed with his performance in March here, for the tournament. He's really taken that leadership role and stepped up when we need him most. I mean, let's see, last game he went 7 for 11, 16 points. So that is perfect. I mean, he stepped up in an absent Jace Richardson, who he went 1 for 10. So we can't do that again. He said he
Yeah, it
not
can't
going to
happen
happen
again.
again.
I think this is a fluke game for real. So
No, I
hopefully
agree
I'm right.
100%.
Hopefully I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we want to be successful, our best player can't go 1 for 80 from the field. That's really bad.
Yeah. Even Trey Holloman went 5 for 13. Um, that's not a
I think it's just
that
an off
shooting
day,
split
bro.
to be a little
I'm just
bit
gonna
better.
blame it on the off day. I'm really gonna blame it on the off day.
Yeah.
So, but you can't have the off day tonight.
No,
'Cause Ole Miss will beat you.
it's a little bit better
Bad,
of a team. Stakes are higher.
lot better. They went through the SEC gauntlet.
They did, yeah. And now they get to meet Michigan State. I don't know about you, but I have seen a ton of Cohen Carr like edits and stuff like that on social media. And I don't know if you saw, but Ole Miss said, "Why do we need to worry about him again?" So I don't know if they're just trying to create drama that's not there, but I mean, we saw what happened last time someone called him out. He had a career game.
He did. It was
Even
against
with
a 15
Bryant, to
seed.
your point, it was a 15 seed. But that is, listen, I take a career game, you know?
Yeah, in the tournament, you can't be mad at that.
No,
But
not at all. But
we'll see how. I don't think we win by more than like 5 points tonight. If
no,
we do win,
you know
I
what
wouldn't be shocked
you
if
know
we
what the
lost
spread
tonight.
is? I haven't looked quite yet.
It was like 2 or 3.5, I think.
Okay. It's definitely gonna be a closer one.
Yeah,
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5. Yeah,
The point total's at 145 and a half. So I'll
I
take
think it'll
it.
be under. We'll see. I don't know how good their defense is, but
Yeah,
you know,
I don't
I think
either.
our defense will match up better against their offense than their defense against ours. So
Yeah. In terms of rebounding, we were talking about this a little earlier. We are the second best team in college basketball, in regards to rebounding with let me just pull up the
Total
stat
rebounding or offensive rebounding?
in total rebounding.
Okay.
We are second, and Ole Miss is 330th. So we should have. I mean, that is like my key to winning, right? You need rebounds to create these possessions. It is that is the most important thing. I don't care if we're taking
Yeah.
a bad shot as long as we get the rebound. That is going to be the differential, I think, for us tonight. And for a team that shoots lights out like Ole Miss does, this is going to be. We need to have a field day.
Yeah, I think how our bigs play because one of my friends he watches a lot of college basketball and he's done some scouting in Ole Miss. He was telling me how their bigs play, or how our bigs play will just affect the game because they have a lot of guards who are shifty and fast and good. Um, Even maybe some comparable, even better than our guards, but they have like no bigs. Their bigs aren't. If they do, then they're not that useful, unlike ours are. So I think this will be a big night for our bigs. Uh, Kohler, Cooper, Zapala, they need to have a huge night. I need to see like double digit, hopefully like in one category, points or rebounds, excuse me, not assists, by at least like one or two of them, I think, in order for us to win this game. But uh, I think we should win this game. I wouldn't be shocked if we
I
lose. I
agree.
think we should win this game. It might come to an end on Sunday though. If it's Auburn. Auburn's good.
Auburn is looking. I didn't think they were going to be that good, in all honesty.
You're
Like
one seed.
I know, but I thought they of the one seeds they were the worst one seed.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good group of one seeds. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It is. This year, I think we were talking. There's not been too many upsets this year. It's just straightforward basketball, which is
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it hasn't been like a lot of upsets compared to like past years?
I feel like a little bit of that has to factor into NIL, right?
It has to, yeah. That's what I was
Better
thinking.
players are all coming together on these better teams for more money. That's definitely a factor. I don't know if that's the factor. Um, I don't know. What you think?
Definitely NIL. Here's the thing. It's like it's weird because yeah, there haven't been a lot of upsets this year, especially compared to previous years. And I think that upsets they draw attention. People want to see an underdog win. They want to see, a top dog lose, which really
Yeah,
hasn't been the case. I think for the first time in 2017, the first round of 64, no seed 1 through 4 lost in the first round, the round of 64 that first Thursday last week when the tournament started,
yeah,
which was, obviously the better teams are winning, but as a viewer, I was rooting for a lot of underdogs. I wanted to see an upset.
absolutely.
Obviously, I think that makes for better TV, maybe not better basketball, better TV, better ratings. Surprisingly, the ratings are the best they've been in over 30 years,
Yeah,
which is I've kind of like thought to myself like why that could be. I think NIL is a big part of it. To your point, better players are going to better teams for more money, better
yeah,
resources, stuff like that. But another thing too, though, I will say I do like seeing that Cinderella team that upset. Obviously, in years past, we've seen, Cinderella, they get to the Sweet 16, Elite Eight, and then they're done. They're cooked. I definitely think this year you are, as a basketball fan, you're getting what you want in terms of better competition. You
yeah,
have good teams going against other good teams, and I think that makes for better basketball and ultimately proving who really is the best team. Because Cinderella teams, they're called Cinderella teams because what? They're not supposed to be there. These teams you have all the one seeds left, um, all the two seeds except St. John's left. Most of the three seeds, almost all the three seeds, I don't know. But a lot of the higher seeds are still in, and unlike previous years. So I think that's making for better basketball matchups, more powerhouses going against other powerhouses, setting us up for a true clash of the Titans. Who's truly dominant? Who's the best? So there's a push and pull factor to it, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, the lowest seed we have right now that's still active is Michigan. Or not Michigan,
They're
Ole
a
Miss,
five
sorry.
seed.
Is Ole Miss is 6.
Oh, they're six seed.
Um,
Yeah,
but prior to the start of the Sweet 16, it was Arkansas at 10. I mean,
10.
I
Yeah.
feel like even Arkansas wasn't on a Cinderella kind of run. Like,
No, they have Calipari. Yeah, nah.
exactly, yeah. It's just I feel like they more of underperformed in the regular season, and this is where what got them here. It's
Yeah.
it's weird. I mean, I mean, if you look in which side is this? The side with Houston as the one seed and Tennessee at the two. Their Sweet 16 is one, two, three, four. I mean,
Exactly.
I was never gonna have a perfect bracket with a one, two, three, four in the Midwest, you know?
Yeah,
That's
no, I agree.
it,
I
it
completely agree.
it's crazy. I mean, McNeese could have been that Cinderella team, but they got whooped by Purdue.
It's crazy that Purdue gets a borderline home game today.
I
They're in
know, dude.
Indianapolis. That's kind of
That's
ridiculous.
ridiculous. I feel
Well,
bad for Houston, man.
I thought the regions catered to the one seed, but apparently I was wrong. Or I
Yeah.
guess in every other region they do. I
Uh-uh.
don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. Who do you so or I guess so far, like if you had to predict the rest of the tournament,
Yeah.
how would you go about that? So obviously Arkansas lost to Texas Tech last night. They'll play Florida in I believe the West region. Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah, sorry, Texas Tech and Florida in the West region. They'll play tomorrow. Um, who else lost? Oh, Alabama hooked BYU last
Yep.
night. Crazy. 25 out of 51 three-pointers. 70 points came from beyond the arc. That is ridiculous. I don't think that's sustainable at all
113 points in a college basketball game is crazy.
in a tournament game
Yeah, that's
against better
insane.
teams. This is not like, you're playing a dumb team, a little team. But yeah, so Alabama beat BYU last night. Duke crushed Arizona. And was there another game I'm missing?
Duke also put up 100, which is crazy.
They
I mean,
did.
Florida beat Maryland. I don't think you saw.
Florida beat Maryland. There it is. No, Florida killed Maryland. Maryland was a dead body after that game.
Yeah,
So, all right, predicting tonight's games. We
yeah.
have Michigan State and Ole Miss first round. Who you have?
I got to go with Sparty, man. I still think we're winning it. You?
No,
We could honestly.
I have us winning today. I wouldn't say it all yet, but I'll have us winning today easily.
Yeah,
Second game, I don't know second game, but Auburn and
I think.
Michigan, we got in that game.
Yeah, I think seconds from the Midwest, but because I think Auburn and Michigan close it out tonight, if I saw
Oh,
that right.
good,
But
good. Keep the
dude,
Wolverines up.
honestly, I don't like what the words are about to come out of my mouth are. I think
I have
Michigan
Michigan
could
too.
upset Auburn.
It's really hard to defend two. Don't get me wrong. Auburn is number one seed for a reason. They've gone through the SEC gauntlet. They have studs, tall
Yeah,
studs too. But what Michigan does with their two 7-footers, and one of them plays more like a guard, unless you play them on a regular basis, like teams in the Big Ten do, that's
yeah.
hard to beat. A team who's never seen that before, they don't. It's hard to strategize and play against that. So I got Michigan too.
A Michigan State Elite Eight is gonna feed families, dude. Like,
Bro, I was so remember that video I sent you about on Monday on the Valenti show about do like Spartans want that matchup?
yeah,
Because obviously, as a Michigan fan, yes, you would want that matchup because we killed you twice this year. Once in your own house and one by double digits at home. You want that match. You want to try to get your bends. Do you think what happens if we get a Michigan's Elite Eight? Do you think that factors or is the determining factor for anything about how this season went for either team?
you know how hard it is
Like,
to.
does that change things?
I mean, you know how hard it is to beat a team three times, right? Clean sweep 3-0. That's crazy. We saw this last year in hockey, right? We played Michigan, I think, like five times or something like that. We won every single game
Except
except
for the
for the
one
one that mattered, which is crazy.
that's awful.
It's gonna be tough. Part of me wants that matchup just because the rivalry is amazing. Like that could potentially be one of the most viewed March Madness games in history, right?
Yeah,
We saw what happened last time they played, and it got so many views. It would literally break numbers, I think. But in terms of a Michigan State standpoint, I think I'd rather play Auburn.
me too.
I feel like that's the safer option. I mean, although we've played
This
Michigan,
is
right? We know it
surprising.
works against Michigan, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much
Right.
unexpected in March Madness. It's just like we have
Yeah, it's
we have
just
nothing to
just one
gain
bad
other
day.
than going further in the tournament. than playing them. You
Exactly.
know, where they
Yeah.
have nothing to lose. If they beat us, they are going to celebrate like they just won the whole thing. You know, to us, they're just a weekday, but for them, we're their Super Bowl here if they get us.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's weird because it's like obviously I genuinely yes, it's like something inside of you is like just because not because I think Michigan is better than us because they're not. We've proven that this year
Absolutely.
already. And obviously, too, in college basketball, all it takes is one bad day, one bad game for you to lose to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I'm curious about more about playing Auburn, just as the fact that we've beaten Michigan twice already. A third time will be kind of like that'd be like it's a little iffy. Like to your point, it's hard to beat a team three times in one
Yeah.
year. I don't think Michigan matches up against us. We've dominated them. If we take out one 7-footer, the other one may have a good game, but we're not keeping both things, both 7-footers in the game. The way we play against them. They can't guard us. I don't know. It just feels honestly. If we play Michigan, just play the person in front of you. If you play Michigan, cool, and I think we would beat them. We play Auburn, cool. I think it'll be an easier game against Michigan. It's just the fact that we've already played them twice, which makes you a little bit nervous
Yeah.
about it. But it's just like at the same time, it's like Michigan State. If we beat Michigan, it's like oh, it's expected. This was expected. You guys already beat us. Twice this season,
Yeah.
once at our crib and one for the Big Ten, the regular season Big Ten championship. And so, but then it's like Michigan State loses. Izzo's walk, he's terrible. We won when it mattered. This is stigma. I feel like
All
you
that.
can't you can't win. You can't win. Playing against Michigan and Michigan fans is like you could never. According to them, you not according to them. According to us in real logic, which they don't understand that often and that good, you can't win against them. It's always going to be some, stigma or some, but
Yeah.
all this other BS that they feed into with their cult culture.
No,
Not cult culture. It's a cult. I'm
that's
sorry.
exactly. I was just about
Sorry.
to
It's a
say
cult.
when
You
when
guys
I
are
was
cultists. Every Michigan fan watching, you guys are cultists, bro.
when I
You
was
guys
watching
really
the
need to get checked.
Valenti and Rico show,
Seek God. Seek God. Please.
that
Cult.
Valenti and Rico show, Valenti started calling out Michigan, and it's called like Detroit Free Press posted about it on social media and stuff like that. Valenti was calling Michigan a cult. I immediately looked back. I was like, Evan's been calling them a cult since like sophomore, freshman year of high school. Like
Cult.
they the fact that more people don't see that is kind of crazy, right? Valenti got into a whole thing, man. I don't think I've ever seen him that worked up. He was
You should have seen it. Like I was listening to it live. Like people were calling in. He was going in. Like they were. It was a feisty episode. I
he
gotta say
started
it was.
talking about the Walmart Wolverines and everything. He was going crazy. Like I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that clip. Honestly, I give it a
I
like and
did too.
everything.
Because it's like to his point and other stuff. It's like you're a part of this cult to a school who wouldn't let you clean their toilets. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's the thing with Michigan fans. That's the thing. It's one thing to be like a fan of someone because like you go there or you have ties there. Michigan fans, they just do it. Like half of them
They just do it for the love of the game.
they just do it for I don't know. It's weird. Another thing they brought up too, I thought was interesting. It was like, what other fan base would you see at like a random game? It could be two teams in the
No,
SEC or
literally.
two teams in the ACC, and you just see like, as you like the camera is just panning throughout the crowd, one Michigan fan decked in all piss and blue colors, and just it's like the whole thing is just weird,
It's
bro.
funny because one of the last Michigan State games I went to, there was a Michigan fan there. Like it's
And do
why
they play Michigan?
when we went for the Michigan State game, there was a dude that had a piss yellow suit on. Who does that, right? Like what even is that? There's no clown convention going on. That is
Uh,
ugly, bro.
there
I don't
is.
know if your wife told you that looked good or who told him that looked good. It looked
There's
terrible.
always there's always a conversation going on with Michigan
It's
fans
crazy, man. Like,
somewhere. We just don't know where it is.
yeah. No,
They always have the address.
let's move to the Midwest though. Let's not dwell on that, I guess. Um, but yeah, I do agree with your point. It'll be tough, you know. Um, so Houston Purdue plays tonight.
It's not going to matter because Auburn's going to beat Michigan State. Houston and Purdue. Houston better kill Purdue. Houston's going to
Yeah.
kill Purdue. I think Houston's going to beat them bad.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
Houston's a good team. I still think Florida's the best team in the turning left. You know, they were my favorites going
Really?
into it. They're still my favorites, dude. I am an advocate. We saw what they did to Maryland. Um, we'll see, I guess.
Watching watching Duke the past couple of games, bro, they are a monolith, bro. I think they might be the best team. Honestly, after watching them and truly watching how they play in their games and who they have in the team with Flag and these other players, they are like I think it's their tournament to lose. I'm not gonna hold you.
No,
There's
that's
absolutely no
completely
reason Duke should
justified.
lose ever again.
I do agree with you though. I think Houston's going to win against Purdue. We played Purdue earlier in the year. I did not think Purdue was that good,
Me
but
neither.
I don't know. They kind of had like a cakewalk, I guess. They played High Point and then McNeese, so
Yeah, that's
this will
true.
be like their first like actual test, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see how that. I got Houston.
Yeah, I agree. And then Kentucky, Tennessee.
I got Kentucky actually. I think Kentucky beats
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah. It's tough for this one. I think Kentucky will win as well. Um, Tennessee they won by 9 against UCLA, and that's UCLA was not good this year.
Yeah.
We'll see. Kentucky had a little bit close. Also won by 9 actually against Illinois. But I think Illinois is a tougher. That's a better win than over UCLA.
Yeah, then
Um,
UCLA.
so we'll see. It'll be a close one I think tonight though for them.
Yeah. It should be a good game. Again, a 3-2
All
matchup.
four of these
Really
games
see.
coming on should be
Oh
good.
yeah. I think tonight's gonna be way better than last night
Yeah.
in terms of quality of games, in my opinion. So we're looking forward to it. It
I
should
do
be good.
agree.
Couch potato.
Yeah. Listen, it'll be all good. We'll
Was
get.
your Final Four still the same? It's kind of hard for me to believe that there's a very it's probably like the possibility of an all one seed Final Four is probably over 50%.
I know
That is
it's
a very real thing. And I don't
crazy.
think in our life or ever there's been a Final Four with all one seeds. At least in our lifetime, there hasn't been.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because a lot of people on social media were hating on these like these analysts and everything. Oh, real diverse Final Four, and it was a 1-1-1 and a 2 or something like that.
Nowadays, it's like, yeah,
That
now
might be a
looking back, now it's
reality,
like,
honestly. Like it's kind of
yeah.
crazy.
Look at me. Analysts are a lot of them are dumb and don't know what they're talking about, but they got that job for a reason. And
I guess
this year is
so.
kind of proving, I guess, it's proving it this
I
year
don't
a little
know.
bit.
I feel like college basketball analysts I have a little more respect for. The NBA analysts
Yeah,
have
it's
kind of
hard.
gone down the
Oh yeah,
drain.
anyway,
I mean, you
I don't
see
even
what the
listen.
media has been lately. It's Kendrick Perkins saying I block LeBron James' number, and then Stephen A. Getting into this whole tangent with LeBron. Like,
Grown men
just
doing
show me
this,
my
man.
highlights, man.
Grown men doing this. It's such crazy work to
I
me.
know. It's what does the world become, man? I miss my highlights.
I miss.
What happened to actual basketball takes, you know?
I just want NBA on TNT. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere. But even still, TNT's been not TNT, but Shaq's been slacking, you know? He's how can you not watch? He said he's not watched a single Pistons game this year. What? How do you do that as an analyst?
Good. I don't want to watch my Pistons game. He sucks.
I don't know. I know Chuck's locked in on Michigan State though. He was talking about them the other day. I don't know if you saw that clip. Um, Kenny goes, "All right, Shaq, what'd you think of whatever game it was?" He goes, "I was not watching. I was watching Michigan State and Bryant." And it was really funny. They like started clowning him, They're like, "Can't you multitask? Can't you watch more than one thing?" He goes, "Nope, I was watching Bryant and Michigan State."
Good for you, Chuck.
I know that made me that put a smile on my face. But
Good for
where'd he go
you.
to college? He went to Auburn or something, right?
He was at Auburn, yep.
Yeah.
Because Trey Donaldson used to go to Auburn.
Trey
And
Dunn
I remember
sucks.
they're talking about him and I don't know. I remember it was on some CBS was in the intermission between games. They were talking about it, and I think yeah, they both went to Auburn before
Okay.
transferring to Michigan. Yeah, or Trey
I know
Donaldson.
I know Caleb Love. I mean, I know he just lost to Duke, but that was his alma mater. I saw in an interview before the game after Arizona beat Oregon. They're like, "You guys got Duke," and he kind of just smiled, like because if you remember, he went to UNC
Yeah,
before he
and
got rejected from Michigan
he
and
was like,
Arizona.
he
Um,
did get retired from Michigan. The guy didn't come here, but
Yeah.
his record at UNC against Duke, he had like a winning record against them.
Yeah. He look at UNC now, man. They are
Garbage. He
struggling.
had a good game last night.
Yeah.
35 points in a loss. That's a good effort. I can't even
Yeah,
that.
no, you'll take that every day. I mean, it's hard. Like going back to this Duke thing. I mean, Knuppel had 20, right? Flag had
Gee,
30, and then their other guard James had 16, right? Like
that's just
they,
hard to beat.
that's insane. And then
And then Flag also had like 6 assists or something. And this is their whole team. They just look like they look like a complete team to me, in my opinion. They look like the most complete, well-rounded overall team in my position, in my
I think their
opinion.
biggest weakness is their bench. I'm not gonna lie. Like almost all their points can't come from starters, which it's fine. That can happen. But those guys get tired. I feel like another team could capitalize a lot on that opportunity.
That's how I knew Maryland was going to get killed because they last night until Florida took their starters out because they were beating Maryland so bad. So saying like the final 3 minutes of the game was the first moment in the entire game where Maryland's bench scored points.
Yeah, Maryland does not have
You
good
can't do
depth.
that
They were terrible.
at
They
all.
they
Like,
tried
that was the
competing with
downfall of
Michigan
them.
State, and
Yeah,
their guys were exhausted at the end of the game.
exactly. Yeah, and
Um,
that was the downfall of their team. You can't.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
you have to have
in
some
terms
sort of
of
bench
in
presence.
terms of Duke though, like Cooper Flag played 36 minutes, James played 33, Knuppel played 35, and then Proctor had 37 minutes, right? So they only had two real guys on off the bench. One guy got 12, one guy got 11 minutes. Like it is mostly their starters playing here.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy, but
yeah. We'll see then.
yeah, but
All right.
Caleb
Well, your
Love had
predictions?
35. Holy cow.
Shoot,
Huh?
just told you.
No, I didn't realize it was 35.
Just said
He did nothing.
35.
He did nothing else, but he had good shooting splits too. I'm looking at it right now. He played 40 minutes though. That's crazy.
You're trying to win. You knew he had to against that team.
It's
Your
true.
best player has to play the entire game.
That's true. One of their guys played 26 minutes and had went 2 of 10 from shooting.
He's like Campbell had no help last night. I don't even think another player in the team didn't even get to 20. I don't think.
No, their next highest score had 15.
That's just bad. Your next
Yeah,
highest score is half the points. I understand 35 is a lot of points, but bro, get him some help. They probably would have been closer to winning that game.
yeah. That's we'll see. Caleb Love's done after this, right?
Thank God. He's been in
I
college for a minute. He was in college since we got to college.
know. It's crazy.
This is
Yeah.
before we got to college.
I mean, that's basically half this Auburn roster, I feel like, too.
Pretty much.
Those guys
Yeah,
are old,
no.
too.
They ain't been in
But
college since we were in diapers
yeah. I think their average age, isn't it like older than the Thunder
and Pistons.
and Piston? That's crazy.
I think.
I think you might be
I
right,
think. I
but
think.
that's
I'm
just
not
crazy.
completely sure. Yeah, no,
Um,
they're old as dirt.
yeah. In terms of Pistons, I guess, Cade's out, so we lost, I think the or no, we won the other night. Um, we'll see how that goes. Um, still a playoff team. I'm okay with them resting Cade, honestly, because maybe he'll come back higher, more strength, for the playoff.
What do the Pistons? Okay, okay, okay. In terms of obviously having a great regular season, what do the Pistons have to do? Or and maybe it's already successful to you, but what do the Pistons already have to do to have a successful season?
So
Because
you
I
can't
feel like
you,
it's
you
all
can't
or
say it's not a
nothing.
successful season. We've like tripled already our win total from
Yeah,
last year,
that's true.
at least.
Okay, so
Well,
if they
actually,
get
before I
if
even get
they
into that, our head coach, JB Bickerstaff, if he's not coach of the year, I like the awards lost all integrity. He deserves that. No other person has ever had this big of a turnaround. You know? That is what
yeah,
he's done
I
here
agree.
is he's put a culture and a will to play basketball back in the city of Detroit, and it is amazing.
So if they get smacked, or yeah, if they get smacked and don't win a game in their first playoff series, you would still consider it a successful
It's
season?
still a win, man. We went from what, a 14 win team to a 5 seed in the playoffs right now. I think that's what we're projected at. That is a win of a season in my eyes. That turnaround is crazy.
Yeah,
And then I mean, it's similar to like the Lions, right? Nobody expected them to make the playoffs, what, 2 years ago now? Um,
yeah,
but we did. That turnaround is, but then that becomes the standard, right? So it's how do we build off
yeah.
that for next year? Because we need next year to be even more successful. Um,
Yeah,
so it'll be an interesting journey. Um, I think they're going to make a splash for a player or get Cade some help. But
yeah.
I
I feel
think
like they have to win just one playoff series, one series. That's it. If they win
I
one
just want
series,
to
I'll be
win.
satisfied.
We honestly,
They
if we
win
can
one
get one
series, I'll be
win
satisfied.
against whoever we play,
One win in a playoff
I'll take
series?
one win, man. I think we're supposed to, like the other day when I looked, we were supposed to match up against the Knicks, which is that'll be a tough series in all
I heard
honesty.
Pacers,
Is it
possibly.
Pacers now? It was like 2 weeks ago. It was Knicks.
I think it could be Pacers now.
But if it's Pacers, I honestly think we could win that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The Pacers are inconsistent, I want to say. Um, we'll see. I'm optimistic.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too. I'm looking forward to it.
baseball's
I mean,
back.
yeah, there's less than
December,
10
no?
games left in the season, I think.
Yeah, we're down that final stretch for basketball.
Okay, good.
Nice. But you know, baseball is back, so um, no, I know.
Interesting.
Dude, listen, I honestly going to a baseball game and just is like I like doing that. You know, that's like a nice summer activity. Just going to a game, hanging out with some friends or family or whatever it is. That's a good activity. I don't mind that at all. Um,
Yeah.
it's
I
a little hard
mean,
to
yeah,
watch on TV
it's
though.
fun. It is hard.
A little hard to watch on
It's
TV.
hard to watch. I think it's cool because there's a lot of you can there's not you don't need to be locked in the entire time for baseball.
Yeah, that's
And
like
the
that's
tickets
the
are
thing though. It's
dirt
like
cheap.
that. I can't sit and watch baseball without my phone. You know, like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sit here and
Yeah,
just
no.
watch. I'll do that for football. I'll do
Ball,
that for basketball.
strike, strike, ball,
It's just a little tough.
foul ball, hit, out. It's like,
Yeah.
hurry up. Tigers
Regardless,
played
though,
last night.
Tigers gonna have a good season, I think. Um,
Not the last night.
I mean,
I watched
last night we still lost 4-5 though. It's first game of the season. A whole bunch of new guys. I'm optimistic.
their wrist was 0 and 13. Or 0 and 15. Runners in scoring position. I just learned that last night, actually. 0 and 15. That's awful. They need another hitter. Now that's
Yeah.
kind of why I wanted Bregman throughout the
I
offseason,
didn't
but he
want
went to
Bregman for
Boston.
the amount Boston's paying him though.
Yeah, no.
That was
Not that one.
crazy.
Not that one. That was crazy. Yeah, he finessed them. But like I feel like this just shows like I was looking at the lineup, like the lineup, and obviously, last year pitching chaos and all this magical Cinderella run we had was cool and all. But when I was really looking at the stats and they were showing the stats from the previous season when the batters would come up, people like Colt Keith and Sweeney and Riley Green and Carpenter
Yeah.
and all other players. I can't remember all of them. But it's like, I'm like, okay, you're playing 100 and was it 164 baseball games in the season?
Yeah.
Something like that. 164 baseball games in a season, and most of them had single-digit home runs. That's awful.
But they're also really young. You got to remember, most of those guys you named were like second year players, you know?
Really?
Yeah, like they're there's a lot room for growth. I'll leave it that way. That's like it's like weird. You know, Detroit is at a point where most of our teams are filled with young potential players, and it's
That's
like
true. That's true. That's true.
I don't think I've ever seen this for a city to have. I mean, I'm not even. I'll include the Lions. We are 4 for 4 on having optimistic futures in every single sport. You know,
I agree.
I'd say
Except for
probably
the
the
Red
Red
Wings.
Wings are the
Red Wings
lowest,
suck.
but
Sorry,
um,
Red Wings suck. They're
yeah.
not.
So maybe 3 for 4, but
3 or 4. There it is. 3 or 4.
um. Like we're 2 for 2 on having really young teams too. I mean, the Tigers got to get rid of Javi Baez. He sucked last year.
He's
He's so bad, and we can't even trade him because he has like a no trade clause. So, and we can't send him down
gosh.
either because he is in his contract. He's not going to play in minors or something stupid like that. So we might just have to cut him and eat the cost at one point sooner or later. But
I'm willing. Yeah.
it's all
He's
good.
awful. I was
Anyway,
watching him play last night. And Scuba looked horrible last night too. He gave up a home. I know it's
no,
Otani, but he gave
Scooble
up a
had
home run.
I saw Scooble had the second best pitching performance on opening day.
Really?
Of all pitchers, yeah. The only person to do better was Shohei Ohtani, which is stupid. But
He pitched last night?
he pitched and batted, apparently.
I didn't see him pitch a single time last night.
Maybe he didn't pitch
Maybe
that.
I started watching
Maybe
the
they
game
just
too late.
included him as the hitter. That's even worse. But
Oh, wait, what?
maybe because he's their designated hitter, you know?
Oh, he's their
So maybe
DH.
that's what
Okay.
they included for pitcher performances. Maybe that's
Maybe.
why.
If they did, then that's just awful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but a lot of baseball to go. So we'll have to catch some
For
games.
real. Oh
Um,
my gosh. Months. Dozens and dozens
I
and
saw a funny
dozens.
video actually of a Mets fan, and they were talking about the best and worst thing about Mets baseball. And I forget what he said the best part was. And they go, "So what's the worst part of being a Mets fan?" He goes, "Um, well, it's probably March through September." I don't know. I
Not
thought that
wrong.
was pretty funny. Um, yeah. So last little note from my end is Michigan State lost in hockey. Um,
Oh, I saw that.
yeah,
They
lost,
sucked.
lost to some random school. It was a good season.
Cornell.
Didn't end up how we wanted. So I don't know. Yeah.
Regular
Anything
season
else?
champions. Story of my life.
Yeah.
This happened to them last year too.
Yep.
Awful. That's it. Go green. Hopefully they win. Hopefully by next time we talk, and we're doing this podcast again, Michigan State is in the Final Four because that will be the next time after this episode. So we'll either be really upset or really happy.
Yeah.
It's
It's
kind of says is like after this, after like basketball, you see the Pistons, but like no NFL, no college football, no college basketball.
they still doing
That's like
spring football. I haven't seen any
yeah, like I
promotions
think
for that yet.
it starts a little bit like the
I'm
I mean you
not, I
said
mean, I'm not
spring
into that. That don't
like the
matter.
UFL and stuff. I mean I don't want stuff. It's not.
Yeah, listen, once basketball's over, it's just baseball. So
Jeez, that's gonna be brutal.
sports sports betting numbers about to go down. But um
Real.
yeah, so that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, go green, don't lose.
Oh,
There's no
why?
losers tonight. Go, he's retired.
No, we're not losing tonight. Don't even speak those words, man.
I'm just saying.
Nonsense.
Just saying.
But all right, well, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Yeah, go
Talk to
green.
you later, guys. Go white.